Hey, what's going on? It's Paul Farmer. This is Freedom Project Live, episode 221. And what I like to do on these is share with you my journey online, mindset tips, marketing tips, and anything else that could be of value to you. So today what I want to do is I want to share with you some concepts that I learned from listening to an interview with Bo Eason. And if you don't know who Bo Eason is, I don't know him either. He's a former NFL player, playwright, and now a New York Times best-selling author. And what he talked about was mastery. What he talked about is how he went to get to the NFL, how he went from the NFL to become a great straight stage performer and playwright, and how he's just been able to transition from one thing to the next. And the main thing that stood out to me, and this was done by, this was in the Money Mindset Summit that Jessica Higgin did. It just completed actually yesterday, but he was one of the guests. And what stood out to me was how he was talking about mastery. And he was saying that, you know, people go and they chase money, right? They're always looking to make more money. But the money, he said, he's all like, I never chased the money. I never pursued the money. What I pursued was mastery. What I pursued was greatness. So he's like, when I was a kid, what he did was he's like, I'm going to be the best safety there is. So for football, he wanted to be a safety. So he wanted to be the best safety ever. And that took him into the NFL, where he had a very good career. Again, I don't know a ton about him. I was just listening to his story. But that was pretty eye-opening right there, I guess. That's not really the word I was looking for. But one of the things he said about this was, even when he was a kid, if someone was to come to him and go, hey, you should try this instead, he said his parents would have kicked them out. You know, it would have booted them away, right? And the reason was because the way he looks at it is like, you focus on one thing and one thing only, and you become a master of it, because money comes when you become a master. Money comes to those that are great. So that is what he's always said. He said, I never focus on the money. I focus on the mastery of whatever it is I want to do. He also said that one of the things that most people never do is they never decide what they want to pursue in the first place, what they want to master, what they want to be great at, what they want to be the best at. They don't pursue that. They never decide that in the first place. So they never really have any idea what they want to do, what they want to master. So they're all over the place. But he said the reason he's been able to transition from NFL football player to playwright to New York Times best-selling author, which, you know, none of these really seem like they would really go together, what is because each time he makes a transition, he decides he wants to master that one thing, and he doesn't look at anything else. And he's like, yeah, you know, it's going to take a little time. The first step is you have to decide what it is you want to be great at. What do you want to master? He's all, it doesn't matter what you want to master, because mastery brings money. And it doesn't even matter if you're like, you want to master ping pong. Mastery brings money. So basically what he's saying here is, you need to first decide what it is that you want to become a master of, and then pursue that intently and look at nothing else. And then once you reach mastery, maybe you want to go to something else. The process repeats itself. You have to focus intently on that one thing until you reach mastery. Now, they say mastery takes 10,000 hours, which is like, I believe that's like, comes out to like 4 years if you spend about an hour a day. I could be wrong with the math, but I think it's about or maybe it's more than an hour a day. I can't remember, but I believe it's like 4 years, hour a day, something like that. Imagine though, how different things would be for you if you decided to focus on one thing and become a master of it. All the people that are making the big money are the ones that have taken the time to really focus. I know I saw this one guy that he started a YouTube channel, and I won't say his name, but he started a YouTube channel, and he was doing this part-time. He had a full-time job, but he knew nothing about YouTube. But he started a YouTube channel, and all he did was focus on YouTube every single day. YouTube, 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 nothing else, just YouTube. That's all he did, YouTube. And now you see him, and he's a seven-figure earner, has a very successful YouTube channel. He's making very good income just off of YouTube alone. And that really, when I saw that, I was like, wow, that's really something to take note of. The successful people are the ones that focus the most and pursue mastery of the one thing. I know, like a story, like Brian Tracy. I remember reading a story about Brian Tracy, and Brian Tracy, he said the same thing. He's like, for 1 year at a time, like he's written many, many books, right? In the personal growth, sales, that kind of thing. The reason he knows so many different topics and has been able to write so many books and been able to do so many different, topics, right? Skills, is because he would, for 1 year, he would focus intently on that one thing. The only thing he would do is whatever that topic was, whatever the skill was he wanted to learn, that's all he did. He did nothing else. So if it were sales, he'd focus intently on sales. He'd only get books on sales. He'd only watch videos on sales. He'd only attend seminars on sales. So I think that's pretty, there's a lot of wisdom in that, right? There's a lot of wisdom. A lot of us, especially in the online space, especially in the home business space, we're just all over the place trying to learn everything. And because we're trying to learn everything, we learn nothing. We master nothing, master of none, right? So that's what really stood out to me. So the very first thing is decide what it is you want to master. Now, here's the thing he said. If you don't know what that is, still decide on something, because within a few months, you're going to know that that isn't the thing, and the thing will present itself. So that's what I have for today. Oh, by the way, his book, and I'm gonna get this book. I don't have the book, but I really love the title. There's no plan B for your A game. There's no plan B for your A game. And that goes back to like what I've heard Will Smith say. He's like, there's no plan B. There's no plan B. It's plan A. You make it happen. There is no plan B. You can't fall back on plan B. Plan B is just going to keep you from hitting plan A, right? So I don't know exactly the words he said, but I remember watching a video where he was talking about that. I have no plan B. It's just plan A. Plan A is going to happen, So a lot of wisdom in by following these leaders, by following these people that have set the example of mastery and what can happen when you pursue that. So I encourage you today, if not tomorrow, but preferably today, to decide what it is you want to master. What do you want to become great at? And then start working towards it. Start looking at what it is you have to do to reach mastery. It's going to probably take, obviously practicing the skill, but you got to learn the skill. So you most likely are going to have to read some books. You might need to get a coach, in the area you want to master. You might have to attend events, whatever it is, right? Like it's a constant thing, but do your best not to start going, okay. So for example, let me just say this. For example, let's say you want to do YouTube videos, right? So focus on YouTube videos. Focus on becoming great at YouTube videos. And you don't need to worry about Instagram. You don't need to worry about LinkedIn. You don't need to worry about all this other stuff, right? You just focus on the one thing and become great at that. And when you become great at that, now you're the expert. Now everybody's paying you to get your knowledge. Okay, that's just one example. That's all I got for today. If you'd like to know how I earn some extra income from the comfort of my home, go ahead and click the link right below this video and take a look at what it is I'm doing. And with that, make it a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.